Thank you, Father, for my day, for my day. Never let them try to pull you down and push your vision away. No way. Thank you, Father.
Hi, my name is Shaunelle. I'm a BeSpoke designer. I specialize in jewelry and accessories for the bride and bridal party, as well as wedding stationery for your special occasion. How I started designing as a child was always very creative, and I always expressed myself creatively a little more than other kids. Playing musical instruments, teaching myself other arts and crafts, interfering with my mother's sewing machine, and I was dabbling in a lot of different things. And later on, as secondary school kicked in, it was apparent that okay, art and design and music, they played a very strong role in my life. So throughout the school days, I continued to explore, try new things. I would do t-shirt designs, I would sew clothing, I would make little key rings, any kind of creative idea I had, I would just experiment with it. And if it was worth selling, I would sell it. And that's where the entrepreneurial spirit kicked in very early. After school, I furthered some studies in musical arts, and then I started to put some focus on the fashion, and had the opportunity to do a fashion collection. It was the first time at an event called Making Styles. Okay, I thought that I was going to do fashion, and that was going to be my focus. But as a creative, you have to explore yourself and see what works and what does not work. My inspiration for actually getting into jewelry design came from the Rastafarians who were selling their crafts in the markets in St. Vincent, because I would go there for summers and spend time with family. And every time I go to these markets, I see these Rastas selling their handmade jewelry, and it always caught my attention. Every time I went, I saved my money and I purchased something from them every single time. So they knew me, and they always keeping all the good stuff for me as young as I was. And it was not until one of the pieces broke and it had to be repaired. And I was in Trinidad and I got it from them, so I had to repair it myself. It was then and there that I realized how easy the craft was, and I started to teach myself from there. And so began this whole self-taught hobby that blossomed into a home-based business, because I would spend all my money and get materials and create stuff, and then I would make jewelry pieces for families and friends. And when it is you're enthusiastic about a craft you learn, you want to share it with others, whether they're paying or not. It's not about the money, it's just doing something and people are happy with it. So the biggest opportunity came about when I submitted a piece to an international design competition. This piece was inspired by my country, Trinidad and Tobago. And for this international competition, it was actually selected as the top piece for my category of jewelry design. And that top placement won me the opportunity of a lifetime, which I grabbed wearing Usain Bolt's shoes. I ran off with it very quickly. I got the opportunity to study design in Milan, Italy, and I had no clue, absolutely no clue, I would end up in Italy studying. No plans. It was nowhere in my horizon, my future horizon, no way. And throughout that opportunity, while being abroad, being exposed to the cultures, being exposed to the lifestyle, developing my craft and learning new techniques, the entire experience really refined me as an individual. And also it gave me a new outlook, or I should say a new appreciation for my country. Because when it is you're stuck here, you only have one perspective. When it is you go outside, you get to look at it from outside, and you have a newfound appreciation, which made me love here even more. Because we have so much that the exotic culture, all the inspiration. As a creative, it is impossible to not be inspired here. Impossible. So it was upon my return to Trinidad after my time abroad, one of my best friends, she was getting married, and I had the opportunity to accessorize her bridal look. It was until I saw her photos, you know, it was really beautiful. She was really happy. Everyone complimented her, and it was in that moment I realized, hey, I could do this. I could find some focus in working with brides and creating custom pieces that are made just for them, creating something beautiful just for them. And I think every client wants to feel special. And what better way to do that than working with a bride? And you know, so once in a lifetime moment, finding the focus was the best thing that happened, because as a creative, you're doing so many different things, exploring your craft, trying to figure out what works, and when you do find it, you're able to really direct all your creative energy in one direction. Self-made to me means investing time in oneself. You take the time to develop yourself, and you don't necessarily have to wait for someone to tell you what to do. So I would say in other words, it's self-made, self-motivation. You get what you want, you work towards it without listening to all the negative noise around you, because you will hear people telling you you can't do it, and why are you doing it, why are you wasting time. I had my share of it, and I still continue to, but once it is your focus, you work on yourself, for yourself, whichever you want to say. So I am Shaunelle Ramesar, and I am self-made.